nicely on the family there. Like you said, mum and dad were really, really good at being, if you are hurt, if you are just run down, it's like, okay, right, we missed this training, but then we work on how we get back to it. But did having the family, obviously the family pedigree, like I said before, I don't want to make this just about the family, but obviously you have that skill set around you of that mindset and that time management effectively, because that's kind of what it comes down to, especially when you're like a kid athlete and a student athlete.
Yeah.
Did that have that around you? Did that help you? And is this something you've now realized, like you said, looking back on, you're like, oh, this has been really handy, just having these tips and tricks?
Oh my gosh, 1000%. Like, I can't thank like my mum and dad enough. And yes, like it's like, oh my gosh, well, oh, you're the Hastings and pedigree and stuff like that. And to be honest, I don't mind, because like I am proud to be part of that family, because they are incredible. And it's not only my dad that was amazing at sport. Like, my mum was like Scottish triathlon champion and biathlon champion, and nearly went to the Commonwealth Games for her swimming. And so actually I want to celebrate that as well, and be like, yeah, I am proud, because it's not like because they worked hard. I think that's the key thing, that I don't mind actually being part of a family that has worked hard to get somewhere. They haven't just like been like, I don't know, they haven't called upon their friends, like they've actually had to like put in the graft to be able to get there. But they drove me everywhere. They picked me up. My mum was incredible, making me pack teas. I love to pack tea. That was like the greatest. She was amazing at it. Brought me
The original
clothes.
meal prepping,
Yeah, exactly. Like small little sandwiches, like wrapped in tin foil, or like, and then she would bring me clothes, like if it was raining, or it's just like these tiny, tiny wee things that go such a long way. And like, I'm so grateful for. And now I do pride myself on like my organization, my nutrition. Like, that's kind of like, well, I've got better with my nutrition, but
when we're not going to McDonald's after training, but
absolutely, I don't do that often.
exactly.
I used to do that at uni, but not anymore. I can't. And yeah, they've definitely helped me with my small hacks. But also, like, the key thing that they definitely taught me was appreciating the coaches, and that it's not only me as a player going, the coach is going there and they're giving up their night to coach you. And my mum and dad would always say, make sure you go and say thank you to the coaches, no matter what. That was literally the standard. Please and thank yous. Manners cost nothing. And yeah, I would always make sure that I would go up. If it was like absolutely chucking it down, if it was sunny and gorgeous, if they were having a rubbish day, I would make sure that I would always go, thank you very much, like, for coaching. I really do appreciate it. Or like, help them, help bringing in equipment in, doing those small things. Like, they taught me that when I was in the car, or like just before I was like getting in the car, like those tiny little things. Yeah, I can't thank them enough for that, to be honest. So yeah, they've been
I love
amazing.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate that. I think it's great that somebody is just. It takes a lot to be that self-aware, to be like, oh, I forget that these people are helping me as much as I'm trying to help myself.
Definitely. Oh my gosh, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I would not be where I am without anybody around me. I don't take credit for my. I just think that I get there. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm just like, I just think everybody else does it. And then they're like, no, you're the one that's doing the hard work. I'm like, no, actually, like, I'm just doing what I'm told. Like, and I'm saying thank you, please and thank you. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what you have to do.
I love that. I really, really do love that. I think if there's one thing people take away from this episode, I love that. Say thank you to your coaches, especially thank you to your mum and dad if they're driving you up and down, because depending on where you're listening, if you're from rural Scotland, you'll all know there's no buses. You have to rely on the taxi service of mum and dad.
Yeah. So forever grateful.
Now, you touched on it nicely there. I had it. I think people are going to think that I hand out my notes to my guests before, because everybody does a great job of just going, oh, and then I mentioned this. And I'm looking at my next bullet point thinking, oh, she said that. That's great. You mentioned your family, and obviously I could have done a whole series just on your family.
Oh,
literally your bloodline, because mum almost went to the Commonwealth Games. Your mum's an incredible athlete. You're an incredible athlete. Brother plays hockey, incredible athlete. I feel like I say incredible athlete for everybody now, so I'm going to do something dirty. Your dad, he was all right.
Yeah, he's average.
Sorry, Scott. Love you. There's many coat hooks, Scott. Come on, we just need jerseys. So
not this one. This is my favorite.
No, that's yours. I'm taking that one. That one's been cozy. Yeah. How does that, like, I imagine Christmas is kind of fun because, like, the sports background, obviously we've got it here. We have like a good bit of a laugh. You're not afraid to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
Do you ever just have like a bit of a laugh and like I imagine family dinner is quite fun when everybody's round.
Yeah.
How's that family in the house? Like, is it like I imagine like Monopoly's like an angsty affair.
Yeah, no, like immediate family, like me, mum, and dad, brother. We used to love playing like board games, but oh my days, it would cause the biggest arguments ever. We were so competitive.
What was the board game that used to break hearts? Because we have Scrabble in our house. Like that was a Christmas one, and that went down really badly this
So
Christmas.
we're all quite like, it's not like we're thick, but we're not like the most like not really wordy. Yeah, we're not going to go down that route. We didn't do that. So Monopoly was Disney Monopoly. Obviously, played
Love
that one
that.
a lot, and I won all the time. I didn't cheat as well. Like genuinely, hands up, I'm not a cheater. I hate it. That's one thing I do not like doing. So yeah, Monopoly. We also used to play. It's called Great Game of Britain, and it's basically
Okay.
like a massive map. And we actually played it at Christmas time, and Dad tweeted about it. It was actually quite funny. A massive map of Great Britain, and it's like railway tracks, and you have to try and get to different places. So that caused a bit of ag. And then something called Phase 10. It's like I think it's a German game, but like it's a German
Right.
card game, and it's quite similar to Rummy, or I think it's quite similar to Uno. So yeah, we used to play that quite a lot, and yeah, it would get quite heated, to say the least. But yeah, now we also have like crack as well. Like we just like sitting and chatting, to be honest. We always used to, because we were always out when we were younger, training and stuff. We would usually have tea in the car, or so when like we did come together, we liked sitting down, putting everything off, and trying to actually have a conversation and like check in and how everyone's kind of getting on and stuff. And Dad would always like be like, so like, and do all these like, what's your favorite holiday, or like, where would you want to go in the, like, just small little like thing, what's your favorite season, and then we would go on like deep chat tangents and stuff. So he loves like conversation and everything. He's really good at that,
I love
chatting.
that.
But yeah, but like Christmas, oh my days, carnage, absolutely. It's just hilarious. We just take the mick out of each other. Every like all the immediate facts, like Gavin, Adam, Holly, Diane, like Emily, Gregor. We've got like a huge little family, and we just take the mick the whole time. But we also catch up because we've not like seen each other probably that often. But it's obviously sport gets talked about, and we're just like, oh, like golf. Golf is a big subject in the Hastings family, and I hate it. I can't stand it. It's
Not a
boring.
golfer.
No.
Do you know what? I reckon you'd ironically be quite good at it as well.
I think I could be. I think I could have a good drive on me. However, my putting skills aren't very good because like I don't know my own strengths. I just like hit it really quickly. But yeah, golf is not the one. But we quite like, yeah, sitting and checking in, and people are like, oh my gosh, do you chat about like your tactics, about like how
The
you
glory days.
yeah. Like I love asking my dad and my uncle like what they've done and stuff, and what was their favorite moment, because they'll share like the truth, if that makes, like, not like truth, do you know what I mean, but like they'll come up with like the tiny little like snippets where if you're on like, I don't know, they're on a show, they've probably shared different things and stuff, so it's quite nice for that. But yeah, we just like being the Hastings fam, just normal people, which is lovely.
That's a reality TV show I actually want to see. The
Yeah.
Hastings family. Would you do that? Could you do a Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Keeping Up with the Hastings?
Oh my gosh. I don't watch Keeping Up with Kardashians, but I think Up the Hastings would be very entertaining. That would be next level for sure.
I just let's caveat. I've never watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians either, but I reckon I get the gist of it. But no, not for me. Selling Sunset, that was my vibe, but
oh my days, unbelievable.
But I'm secretly quite a big realtor fan, so I was actually expecting to look at houses. And after about episode 4, I was like, I'm raging. Like, you're sat in this beautiful house, and we're talking about who got drunk at the Christmas party. I want, and like, show me around the house. At least walk around while you talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Like, there you go. A snippet. Selling Sunset is what you need to watch if you want to.
Yes.
Yeah, I will petition, and Netflix, you're doing the Six Nations documentary, so if you do Keeping Up with the Hastings, presenter right here. Presenter is right here.
We will let you know.
Now we join Kerry-Anne. She's battering her brother because he cheated him off. He took 300 quid when he went past go, and that was the last anybody saw them.
he didn't buy Peter Pan. I was raging. That's actually the properties, like Peter Pan,
Just
Lady and the Tramp.
characters. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's class. It's so good.
What's the Mayfair one and the Disney one? I've never played the Disney one.
So so I don't actually know the normal Monopoly. So is it like
Mayfair's the dark blue, the ones just before, like
just
right round, yeah,
just
before you
before
get to
gold?
go again. Yeah.
So interestingly, it's Aladdin and Pinocchio, and you wouldn't think that. Oh no,
Oh,
no, I'm lying. I'm fully lying. They're green. It's 101 Dalmatians, and
okay.
is it? I think it is Aladdin. That's how long I haven't. I need to basically play it again. I haven't played it for so long. I'm gonna have to play it next time I'm home this weekend.
Are you home this weekend?
Yes,
You're
yes.
just gonna walk in and just throw the cups of tea off the table.
Monopoly.
Bang, yeah.
It is happening. Yeah, no, I've got a Scotland train to go up for, so got a game on Saturday down in Durham, and then have to pop up on the train to Scotland training Sunday, and then back down on Sunday night for
Yeah.
work. Woohoo! We love it.
Have you got something for the legs? Because that sounds like cramp waiting to happen.
Yeah.
3 hours in the train.
Compression leggings for sure. Well, that's probably a mental thing, but I'll just have to try and also the trains aren't even on strike, so that's the next part. So I've had to be like I've been driving and stuff up and down, so hopefully the trains will be okay. I don't know.
Hey, thank you for listening to this Clips episode on YouTube. And then if you want to hear the whole podcast, you can find them on Apple or Spotify, as well as the full video version on this YouTube channel, alongside all the other great content we produce on a weekly basis. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you again on another Clips episode or in the full episode podcast. Tweet us, tag us, let us know what you thought. All the links are down in the description. It means the world that you guys come and support us, so thank you very much.